Elements by Ria Jux on AO3. Chapter 12. Chapter 11. It had been days since Toga appeared in his dreams, but he dreamt of Deku often. Deku, with a psychotic grin and wide eyes, taunting him, telling him how awful he is, how undeserving he is. He preferred Toga every time this Deku appeared, but Toga never showed up, though this current dream wasn't terrible. Are you gonna cry? Deku sneered at him, all the while running his fingers through Katsuki's hair, as the blonde rested his head on his lap. The Deku of his dreams had long since stopped trying to kill him. Why the hell would I do that? Because I hate you. He knew better, yet every time this Deku liked to remind him of how much of a screw-up he is. I hate you so much, Kachan. The dark-haired, faked, stopped caressing his hair to trace a finger down his cheek. His voice lowered to a whisper. Do you hate me too? Dream or not? He couldn't hate Deku. Never Deku. As though reading his thoughts. Who was he kidding? This guy was part of his thoughts. Deku laughed and took his chin. You're so cute, Kachan. Fuck off. This wasn't normal. Is that any way to treat me, Kachan? I thought you wanted to kiss me. Katsuki swallowed. You can kiss me, you know. I'm right here. Deku pulled him up as he leaned down and ran a tongue up the blonde's cheek. Katsuki tensed. You can do more to me, you know. I won't stop you. Gritting his teeth, Katsuki pushed him away and stood. The Deku of his dreams wasn't Deku, and he hated him. A week after they accepted the offer for Baby and Me, the group and their manager were introduced to the boy they'd take care of. The show's producer gestured to the woman and the child standing before them. Deku was the only one in the group to let out a gasp, as they all had been holding in. I'm sure you're all familiar with Shoki Shono from the Pussycats? Deku weaseled. Mayday! It's nice to meet you boys. Shio laughed as she gave them a wave. This is my nephew, Izuku. He'll be in your care. Koda, say hello. Rather than obeying, the boy looked away, holding on tight to his hat, and obviously wanting to be anywhere but there. Koda? Shido was about to plead when Deku was the first to step forward and held his hand out to the boy. Koda, huh? My name is Izuku. We're gonna have a lot of fun, okay? None of them saw it coming. Koda rushed forward, head low, ramming right into Deku's crotch. Eyes wide, he slowly sank to the floor. The rest of his bandmates automatically took a step back, momentarily more concerned for their own safety than how Deku was doing. The second Koda looked at them. Koda! Shiro chided, kneeling to check if Deku was okay. I'm so sorry, he's not usually like this. This is stupid. They're stupid. I want Sinex Nanchan instead. Koda stomped his foot. Katsuki felt for the kid. He was sure that no matter what the child, they would all rather have the pretty girl group take care of them in comparison to, well, this boy band. You said you were okay with elements, Koda. Koda put his hat and lowered his face to hide it. I changed my mind. It took 15 minutes to calm him and accept the irreversible situation. Deku was fine, but wary, and Katsuki couldn't help feeling amused from Deku crossing his hands together in front of him, as if preparing for his next attack. The next attack never came, and the meeting wrapped. The first week will be spent testing your fatherhood skills and warming up to him before you can all live together in the housing we provide. If Koda really can't warm up to you by the end of the week, we may have problems filming. The producer's words loomed over them like a threat. I'll leave all the details with Asawa-san, and as the contract says, you can upload behind-the-scenes photos, but videos can't be more than 30 seconds long. Elements. At elements_UA. Are you excited for the new season of Baby and Me? We are. Do you have any guesses on who will come out the ultimate dad? #Baby and Me. Number 1 Katsuki ever. At Katsuki _the_immortal. At elements _UA. Not at Midori715. That's for sure. Midori Izu at Midori715. At Katsuki _the_immortal. Frowny face. Kachan. Number 1 Katsuki ever. At Katsuki _the_immortal. At Midori715. I didn't say you wouldn't be number 2, but even then, I think this might be asking too much. Midori Izu at Midori715. At Katsuki _the_immortal. Kachan. Number 1 Katsuki ever. At Katsuki _the_immortal. At Midori715. You wouldn't be the ultimate dad. That's my spot. Maybe I'll share if you're nice to me. Midori Izu. At Midori715. At Katsuki _the_immortal. Ahem, that will be my spot. So you better start stretching those muscles because I'm gonna wipe you out. Ijiro at red_riot16. At Midori715. At Katsuki _the_immortal. Oh my god. Dinky at Sparks0629. At Midori715. At Katsuki _the_immortal. Wow. Okay, get a room. Todoroki Shoto. At Todo Shoto. At Midori715. At Katsuki _the_immortal. At red_riot16. At Sparks0679. Behave. Dinky. At Sparks0629. At Todo Shoto. Yes, Dad. Ijiro. At red_riot16. To be honest, at Todo Shoto would beat all of us in being number 1 if he wasn't too busy filming #Avatar this month. Number 1 Katsuki ever. At Katsuki _the_immortal. At red_riot16. Ass kisser. Closing out of Chiper, Katsuki received a text. Ijiro. At least I'm not kissing Izuku's ass all the time. The hell did that come from? Dude, it's so obvious you like him. Well, I don't know about the rest of the guys, maybe Dinky props, but obs to me. I don't like him. Dude, if you want to talk about it, I got your back, man. Like, even just to sort stuff out, like, in our line of work, we can't even act on how you feel. And usually it feels good to just talk. I won't force you, but just know I'm here when you need it. Katsuki read through the messages before dropping his phone onto his nightstand and pulling his covers over himself. He remained that way for a moment and thought, and threw off the covers, staring at the ceiling. He exhaled, already regretting everything, when he picked his phone back up again. He's so fucking cute, Ijiro. He's so cute, and all I want is to hold his hand and kiss him and just... I don't know, just... He's right there, and I want to touch him, and that damn song we've been working on has been just... I don't even know what to do with myself and these feelings, and... I can't do it, Ijiro, and it's torture. He didn't notice the tears stinging at his eyes until his vision became blurry. Damn it. Katsuki furiously rubbed at his eyes, beyond embarrassed that he was even crying about this shit. I want to hold him and make everything better. I want to make everything up to him because I was an absolute shithead to him in the past, and I don't even deserve his smile. Even if we had a chance, it wouldn't be good enough for him. He deserves someone better. Someone who can make him laugh and never cry because he cries so fucking damn much. I never know what to fucking do. I want to be the one who gives him everything because he deserves that much. A long gap passes without a response, and Katsuki almost sets his phone aside as his text tone finally went off. Dude, you don't even know how lucky he is to have you. I don't even think you know how you guys look when you two are together. Like, seriously, even Izuku looks like he's never wanted to stop having fun with you, but that's just an observation on my part. You should talk to him, man. I can't say anything more than that. But you know no one follows that dating ban. Katsuki snorts at the reminder. He highly doubted it even mattered when he and Deku would never be, especially when talking to him about his feelings would end up terribly between them. I'll talk to him eventually, I guess. Just not now. Or soon. Or ever. If you need a wingman, I'm here, bro. He did feel better after that talk, though. He was glad it wasn't in person, with how much he had been sniffling and wiping his eyes. Seriously, what would I ever do without you? Continue to pent up your feelings over a lot of topics over the years before you literally explode? You're right there. Dream Deku held his hand as he rested his head on his shoulder. I'm surprised you've lasted this long. He sighed. Just get it over with so I could coldly reject you. Hmm? Katsuki said nothing. He still hated this Deku. All of this is gonna slap you in the face one day. It'll be embarrassing for everyone. He closed his eyes, and Deku continued to talk. Poor Ijiro. He even had to deal with your feeling vomit. What have you ever done for him? What have you ever done for any of your friends? Shut up. Deku lifted his head from his shoulder. Shut up? Kachan looked at him with narrowed eyes. Shut the fuck up. You're not even Deku. I won't let you pull this shit over me. But it's all true, my dear. The dark-haired man straddled him, draping his arm over his shoulders. All of it. Why should I lie to you? Katsuki looked away, and Deku laughed, pressing his lips to the blonde's neck. You'll never get rid of me, you know? I'll be here for as long as you're aware how absolutely awful you are. He bit down. Katsuki woke in a cold sweat, hand over his neck. The memory of the pain remained. Nothing was there. The first week of filming went by terribly for the band. For everyone else, it was perfect footage that Koda was more than happy enough to provide. Fortunately, no one was exposed to the awful headbutting that Deku had to deal with on their meeting day. Almost each member put in the effort to get on Koda's good side. The only one who couldn't do anything was Shota, as he could only come for the first 2 days. Funnily enough, Koda always asked why he was gone, and not literally anyone else in the entire group, breaking a few hearts as he asked. By the end of the week, Katsuki found Koda warming up to him, a confused feat in itself, since he was the only one barely putting in effort. Koda! Ichiro clapped his hands twice together before holding them out. Do you want to fly? Koda frowned at him from the spot within Katsuki's crossed legs, a car in one hand and an action figure in the other. No, I want to play with Katsumi. Everyone in the room had a double take. Me? Denki kneeled, pointing to himself. Koda, what do you call me? He hung his head when the child turned himself away and drove his car over Katsuki's chest. No one else in the room heard him at the moment, but Katsuki knew that at least the mic caught Koda's words. Katsumi isn't a liar. I'm so envious, Kachan. It was Deku's turn to come into Katsuki's room for once, as they finished what they could of their duet. Koda really likes you. I can't help that I'm so likable. This earned a snort. What? Nothing. Deku flopped onto his back on the bed. It just looks like you might be the number one after all, even if it's only been the first week. Katsuki chuckled. I'm only doing well because Shoto's not here. The dark-haired man gasped. You did not just say that. What? It's true. Deku shot up, leaning in close. The Kachan I thought I knew would say it's because he's the absolute best, regardless of whether or not our leader is around. Maybe I'm an imposter. Who are you and what have you done with Kachan? Deku was close enough that he could feel his breath. Kachan? How long had he been staring silently at Deku? How long had he been blushing? He was gorgeous. Katsuki found himself drawn in by the gravity known as Midoriya Izuku. He didn't realize how close he was to kissing him, until he felt Izuku's hand on his cheeks, pulling him in and closing the gap between their lips. End chapter 11. Omeg, Gala Girls Quiz. Which element member are you most compatible with? The day after filming for Baby and Me starts, in an attempt to get Koda to like them more. Izuku called Ochako and begged for Sinex to come over. Everyone received the okay, and Sinex visited for lunch. Koda took the time to bask in the attention of his favorite people, which in the end led him stealing away Ochako, Sue, and Katsuki, because of course Katsuki. Koda nearly got Shota as well, but the moment he laid eyes on him, he shyly shoved his hat into the man's hand and walked over to the group he took for himself. With everyone else being ignored by the child, and the need for more content with the cameras, Mina reached into her bag and pulled out the latest Gala Girl magazine. So, guess what I picked up last night? Exclusively for our favorite boys. Embarrassment washed over Izuku, remembering the interview at the park and the journalist who just, please, just one more interview, it'll be real quick. Mina flipped to the last page of their interview, where, which element member are you most compatible with? Was printed in large, bold letters. It took up a third of the page, with promotional solo shots of each member decorating the edges, and the quiz taking up the space that's left. Kyoka saw the page and laughed. This is going to be good. All right, boys. Mina held out the magazine. Are you ready to find out who you're most compatible with in the hot boy band elements? Who wants to go first? While Izuku didn't mind quizzes like these, they were very charmingly silly, he couldn't help but feel 10 times more self-conscious with the cameras on them, and with Kachan nearby. Ijiro took the magazine and went first, not voicing the questions out loud, and was followed by Dinky. They both hilariously got the same result. You're most compatible with Todoroki. No matter the flaw, as long as your heart is in the right place and you work hard, he'll be there for you regardless of how close or far. While he tends to be the rock that can keep you grounded, you are both more like the wind, guiding each other when you may need it. Yujiro clenched his fist. That's the manliest things I've ever read. Despite feeling moved by the results, Denki was disappointed. He didn't get himself. Sorry. Shota responded quietly. Don't be sorry, you're amazing. Since the great leader got both of you, let's see which one he's most compatible with. You're most compatible with elements. You're everything the boys need in their lives, and all of them are everything you need. It's not recommended to date all of them at once, but you're one who could ground them and provide them with comfort and safety they may need sometimes. Ijiro rubbed his eyes. Leader! Shota looked a little embarrassed. Sorry? Why are you sorry? You're so cool. Izuku straightened when it was finally his turn. The questions were basic, but he was surprised he couldn't even pinpoint which answer would lead to whom. As for his result, you're most compatible with Bakugou, because you're not afraid to fight for your dreams and do what's right. You'll definitely make it on his bad boy radar. While your personalities may be different, opposites attract, and you're the ice to his fire, the white to his black, the sunshine to his rain. Ijiro covered his mouth to hold in a laugh. Izuku actually laughed out loud, attempting to make the entire situation funny and ignore his racing heart. Not to mention, it was a little unnerving that Kachan's results specified that they already have different personalities, like it knew. Hey, Kachan! He called out to the blonde, who had sat on the floor with Koda next to him, though the child's attention seemed to be completely on the girl sitting with them. It looks like I'm most compatible with you. He laughed as he said it, but oh boy did he feel lightheaded. It took a moment for it to click in Katsuki's head, and he let out a loud, almost forced laugh. I could have told you that. They both laughed even harder. Ijiro covered his face. Katsuki stood and made his way over to the group, snatching up the magazine. Let me try. He went through the questions, muttering his answers. A, definitely C. The hell? Yeah, that'll be B. He furrowed his eyebrows at the results. So, who'd you get? Mina asked, and he shoved the magazine into her hands. Deku. You're most compatible with Midoriya. Sometimes, even the baby of elements needs excitement in his life, which you can easily provide. If he is the surfer, you're the wave. You have a heart of gold, if you might act otherwise from time to time, and he could trust you enough to be there for him. Izuku wondered if the cameras were catching how red his face felt, if it was as bright as Katsuki's was. Ijiro burst out laughing and stood clapping. Let's congrat the newlyweds! Mina cheered, and even the film crew were laughing and hooting, taking it as a joke. Relieved that no one was taking anything serious, Izuku still covered his face, hoping the embarrassment quickly passes. Alright, I got some notes. So, first of all, the Deku in Katsuki's dream, I believe, in Katsuki's mind and in dream theory, a lot of the times, obviously dreams are very pseudoscience, and meanings of dreams are super pseudoscience, like superstition kind of, so take this with a grain of salt. But a lot of the times people have theories. I'm gonna say theories because that's what they are, they're theories, right? That dreams mean specific different things and stuff like that. And as someone who likes to study intuition and the big pseudoscience that is tarot card readings, which, by the way, I don't think it's pseudoscience. I genuinely believe in tarot card readings, okay? They're like my light in life, okay? I trust them. If they tell me to jump off a fucking bridge, I would do it. Don't jump off a bridge if cards tell you to. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? Alright, don't follow my footsteps. But, as I was saying, it's pseudoscience, but I truly honestly believe that in this case, the theory that sometimes your dreams are talking to you, like, your dreams are supposed to be like your unconscious talking to you. It's a theory that's out there. And I think specifically in this instance, Deku is supposed to be the personification of his insecurities, right? Of Katsuki's insecurities, specifically having to do with how shitty he once was. So his self-doubt, not necessarily in himself, well, yeah, in himself as well, but manifesting in a way of, like, specifically his past. He is so ashamed and absolutely, like, it manifests into that, right? Which is constantly appearing into his dreams now because of, you know, the big traumatic event that happened as well, because, you know, that's what opened up these floodgates. I want to talk about the fact that almost in every fanfic, Coda always, you know, just, you know, if Coda appears, Coda is going to kick someone in the balls. And you know what? Fluffy Mind is gonna have this. Exactly. Fluffy Mind is gonna have this, except it's gonna be more funny because it's not gonna be Izuku's balls who gets hit. At least I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure I know whose it is, and it's fun. I'm saying I'm pretty sure as if I'm not the one writing it. What the fuck? But yeah, I think it's hilarious with that little instance. I want to talk about, specifically, I have in my notes here, birds of a feather flock together. Specifically with, okay, I think the real reason Coda really, likes Bakugou is because Bakugou and Coda have the same fucking energy. You cannot tell me that Bakugou wasn't, like, fucking Coda when he was little. Like, god damn, they are both same fabric. They're cut from the same fabric. Birds of a feather flock together. Exactly. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I will say they kissed. They kissed. They kissed! So are they gonna date now? Are they gonna date now? We're like halfway through this, so are they gonna date? Are we gonna have secret dating now? Please and thank you. The quiz. The quiz is very interesting. I'm sorry, but like, Deku has a point. That shit is targeted. Like, hold up, let me scroll up to Izuku's, little thing where it's like, not to mention, it was a little unnerving that Katsuki's results specified that they already have different personalities. Like it knew. And then in Midoriya's, it's like, yeah, even if he, you have a heart of gold, even if you might act otherwise from time to time. That's so specific. Like that. Who made this quiz? Who made this quiz? Who made this quiz? And I know they shipped Shindeku. What the fuck? Bakudeku. Who made the ship? Where are you? I know you. I know what you are. I know who you are. I know what you ship. I know you. I am you. You. But anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.